Next one is the decomposition. Next function is the decomposition. So when it comes to the decomposition, it can be defined as it is the process of physical and chemical breakdown of the complex organic substances or organic matter into the simple inorganic substances by the decomposers. So here we notice that here the two words will come, that is nothing but the organic matter, which is also called as an detritus, and the second one is the decomposers. So here the main process of decomposition is nothing but it's an breakdown. That means it is going to be breakdown in two manner, that is by the physical and also the chemical breakdown. So here in the decomposition process we can see the two types of breakdown, that is physical and the chemical breakdown. So totally we can say that it is a process of physical and chemical breakdown of a complex organic matter into the simple inorganic substances by the decomposers. So the organic matter is nothing but the detritus. So now let us see what is detritus. Detritus is nothing but, or we can say the organic matter is nothing but, it includes dead remains of plants and animals along with the fecal matter. This one is considered as a detritus, and we have to remember that detritus is the most important matter, or we can say component, which is needed for the process of a decomposition. So that's why detritus is considered as an raw material for decomposition. Detritus is considered as a raw material for decomposition. So here, as we said, it includes dead remains of plants and animals. So dead remains of plants means the what we can say, weathered out leaves, twigs, bark, flowers, etc. from the plant body, and also the dead bodies of an animals. And when comes to the animals, here the fecal matter is also included in a detritus. So that's why detritus is considered as the mixture of dead remains of the plants and animals and also the fecal matter. So this one is considered as a most important raw material for the process of a decomposition. So now this particular detritus is going to be converted into simple inorganic substances according to the process of a decomposition. So this detritus is going to be break down physically by the sum of the organisms called detrivores. These detrivores are also comes under the decomposers only, but the main function of the detrivores is nothing but the physical breakdown. Physical breakdown. So now, which organisms comes in this particular category means examples like earthworm, termites, dung flies, etc. can be taken as an example for detrivores. When comes to the decomposers, as I said, some of the other organisms, that means some of the other microorganisms are also comes under these decomposers. Those are nothing but bacteria and the fungi. Bacteria and fungi, these are also considered as a decomposers, but these bacteria and fungi, they are helpful in chemical breakdown of an organic matter, or we can say chemical breakdown of an detritus. So that's why these all the three organisms, that means detrivores, bacteria and fungi, they are all comes under the decomposers which helpful in the process of an decomposition. So here these bacteria and fungi, they are going to synthesize some kinds of enzymes which are mostly or which are mainly responsible for the chemical breakdown of an organic matter, and they are going to convert it into simple inorganic matter. So next one is the factors which determine the decomposition process. So here the main three factors which influence or which determines the process of a decomposition. Out of that, the first one is the oxygen availability, second one is the soil quality, and the third one is the chemical composition of an organic matter. So when it comes to the oxygen availability, the process of a decomposition is an aerobic process, it's not an anaerobic process. That means the process of decomposition compulsory need the oxygen. So that's why the oxygen availability is most important for the process of a proper decomposition. So and this particular factors, or we can say all these factors are going to influence the decomposition, and these particular factors are going to be assisted by some of the microorganisms in the soil for the process of a decomposition. For example, earthworm is considered as a farmer friend. Why it is considered as a farmer friend means because it is going to facilitate the process of a decomposition. How it is going to facilitate the process of decomposition means when the earthworm penetrate into the soil, it is going to loosen the soil so that the air can easily enter into the layers, that means between the soil particles, so that the decomposition process is going to be facilitated by the oxygen supply. So next, when it comes to the other composition, that means other substances which are going to be secreted by the earthworm mouth or mouth of an earthworm, that is going to be added to the soil so that those particular chemicals, they are going to helpful in process of decomposition. And also the earthworm is going to break down the soil particles into smaller particles so that it can easily mix up with the detritus, or we can say the organic matter, so that it is also one of the plus point for the process of a decomposition. That's why the earthworm is considered as one of the farmer friend which helpful in the process of increasing the fertility of the soil. So oxygen availability we completed. Next goes to the soil quality. When it comes to the soil quality, the particular soil must have some quality which is most essential for the process of decomposition, also for the good growth of a crop or a plant. So soil quality, when it comes to the soil quality, we can say that some of the qualities like the availability of a microorganisms, and then the particular aeration, next pH of soil, next one is the temperature of soil. So along with the temperature, the moisture is also needed. So these are the some of the factors which decides the quality of the soil. So that's why for a proper quality of soil, these all the conditions are needed. That means the soil should contain the proper microorganisms which are most essential for the decomposition, like bacteria and good fungi. And also when it comes to the aeration, the soil must be loose so that the air can easily enter into the soil. And the pH value, it should not be more acidic or it should not be more basic. It should be in a moderate pH so that the decomposition process can easily take place. And when it comes to the temperature and moisture, these two processes are most important because these particular temperature, that means decomposition process is unable to occur in case of high temperature or in case of completely low temperature. So when it comes to the moisture, moisture is also needed, but it is considered as a moisture, not a complete water availability, because the decomposition process need moderate temperature and a moderate water. So that's why it is considered as a temperature and the moisture. So these are all the factors which maintain the soil quality. Next one is the chemical composition of an organic matter. So organic matter, as we said, it is a chemical substance which is made up of an complex substances. Some of the substances like chitin and lignin, if these particular chemical substances are available in a, or are present in a organic matter, then the process of decomposition is slow, because these are harder substances and they are more complex substances, so that the breakdown of these substances will take much time. So that's why it is considered as a slow process. That means if the organic matter contain the chemicals like chitin and a lignin, then the process of decomposition is slow. Next one is the sum of the substances like sugar and water soluble particles are present in an organic matter. Sugar and water soluble substances, if they are present in an organic matter, then the process of decomposition is going to be fast, because these are simple substances, so that the decomposers can easily break down these substances. That's why the process of decomposition is going to be faster. So these are the particular sum of the factors which influence the process of a decomposition. So chemical composition, soil quality, oxygen availability, these are the three main factors. Let us discuss about the steps of the process of decomposition. So the process of decomposition is going to be occur in many steps. That is, the first step is the fragmentation, second one is the catabolism, and then the leaching, and then humidification, and then the mineralization. So let us see one by one. The first one is the fragmentation. So as the word indicates, this one is the process, that means it is a physical process, that means physical breakdown of an organic matter into the smaller particles. And this fragmentation is going to be done by the detrivores. So that means the detrivores are going to break down the detritus into the smaller particles by the process of a fragmentation. So next step is nothing but the catabolism. So catabolism, the word as indicates, this one is a process of the breaking down only. So here the breaking down is in the form of chemical process. That means during the process of catabolism, we can see the chemical breakdown of an detritus, or we can say the organic matter. And it is going to be influenced by some of the organisms like bacteria and then the fungi. So we can define it as, this is the process of decomposition where the bacteria and fungi excrete some of the enzymes to break down the particular the detritus. So enzymes which degrade the detritus, or we can say catabolize the detritus, and it is going to be converted into the simple inorganic substances. So next process is nothing but the leaching. So leaching process, the process which is most important, and this process is the most important because this is the process which helpful in the circulation of the nutrient in an ecosystem. So here the leaching process, this one is the process where water soluble inorganic nutrients penetrate into the soil horizon and they are get precipitated into the unavailable salts. So here two important words we have to remember and we have to mention, that is nothing but the soil horizon and then the unavailable salt. So actually during the process of leaching, the salt, or we can say the inorganic nutrients, they are going to penetrate into the soil horizon. How they are going to penetrate means, because they are water soluble. When the rain comes or when the water is supplied to the soil, then that particular water soluble nutrients, they are going to dissolve in water and they are going to be penetrate into the soil horizon. Soil horizon is nothing but the deeper layers of the soil, and they are precipitated, that means they are once again solidified and they are going to be stored in the layers of the earth in the form of an unavailable salt. So now the question is, why they are considered as an unavailable salts? Because these particular dissolved nutrients, that means the process of an leaching which carries the dissolved nutrient through the water and which are going to be penetrate into the deeper soil and which are precipitated, they are not available for the absorption by the plants. That means plants are not able to absorb this particular nutrients because they are already penetrated and they are moved into the deeper layers of the soil. So as they are present in a deeper layer, the plant roots are unable to absorb that particular nutrient. So that's why this particular term is used, that is unavailable salts. So next process is nothing but humification. Humification is nothing but the formation of an humus. So that's why it is considered as it leads to the formation of a dark colored amorphous substances called as a humus. Why it is called as an amorphous means because it is in the form of colloidal condition. That means it's a mixture of both the types like water type or liquid type and also the solid type of substances. That's why it is considered as an humus, or we can say amorphous dark colored substance is called as a humus. This particular substance, that means humus, as this substance contain the more complex chemical substances like chitin and lignin, this particular humus degrade or it is going to decompose slowly because the substances, that means the chemical substances which are present in a humus, that is the lignin and the chitin, they are harder substances and they are going to be slowly degraded by the microorganisms. So that's why the humus is considered as a best substance which is present in a soil for the growth of a plant. Why? Because as this humus degrades slowly, the plants are able to absorb more nutrient when the nutrient are going to be degraded slowly. So that's why it is considered as a more suitable substance for the growth of a plant in a soil. So next one is the mineralization. So mineralization is the last process of an or last step of an decomposition, in which we can see that humus further degraded by the sum of the other microorganisms, and these particular microorganisms, they helpful in releasing of the inorganic substances from that particular humus. So this process is considered as a mineralization, and this is about the steps of decomposition.